Hi there. I just wanted to make a quick video um, just about my story and my experience with Reiki. I only ever had one Reiki session um, before I actually really got into it. So it was suggested that, I join a Reiki level one. A friend of mine was teaching it and she just suggested, why don't you try it out? And I was like, sure. So I did. I didn't really realize at the time, where that would take me. I had, no thought of where it would take me. Um, so yeah, I did my Reiki level one with her. I actually did all my levels with her. And especially after my Reiki level two, that's when I really felt I really wanted to share this um, experience with other people. It was super important to me that it wasn't just something that I knew how to do, because one thing that you learn with Reiki is that you're not, a special person to do Reiki. It's actually anybody can do Reiki. So it's just a matter of learning how to do it and then practicing. So it was something that I felt really passionate about. And then it sort of evolved into like, well, maybe I could teach other people, but I was still sort of on the fence. And then it was in 2020, I believe. So it was the spring of 2020. So we were sort of right in the midst of COVID, and or 2021. I think it was 2021. And I started to get a pain down in my lower right side. And I didn't think anything of it. It was more of like a burning sensation than a pain. And it actually felt like it was more like in my hip. So I didn't think too much of it. That was on a Friday evening. And then on Saturday morning, I was supposed to go out with some friends to have a breakfast or a brunch. And I was just in too much pain. I couldn't even get dressed and I was crying and I was so upset. And I was trying to do some Reiki on myself and I found it really challenging. So I was really scared to go to the hospital because at that time nobody could come with me. I had to, go in there completely by myself, and I just was scared to go. Um, but I knew after, a certain amount of hours in pain that I had to go. There wasn't anything that I could do from my bed or my living room to make myself feel better. So I I went to the doctor and I was admitted. And the next day, I think it was, I had my appendix taken out. And so, and everything went smoothly. Like everything was totally fine. I had, a pretty great recovery. But I remember when I was lying in the hospital bed and I was just sort of reflecting on, everything that brought me there and thinking about, you know, just how much I appreciated everybody that was helping me out. And then I got to think about, how if I had taught my husband and my two girls how to do Reiki, how that experience might have been a little bit differently. I still would have, likely have had to have my appendix taken out, but the pain that I was going through, could have been eased a little bit, because I was having trouble doing it through the discomfort. But if I had have taught them, they might have, been able to, excuse me, help me with my discomfort. And that was sort of like this big light bulb moment for me that I said, I really want to share this now with people. I really, really want to share this with people, because anybody can do it. It doesn't matter if you're a mom or a dad or, a child. It really doesn't matter. And I think it would. be amazing, like truly amazing, if families, were able, to have a whole family that knew how to do Reiki. Because to do Reiki doesn't mean you have to go out and, have sessions and book clients and that kind of thing. You can do just Reiki for yourself and for your family. So that was something that, was sort of lit a fire under my bum to go all the way to the level 4, which is a Reiki master training. And so now, I am booking, um, level 1 trainings for people. So in level 1, you learn, all the fundamentals. So it's like a really good introduction to Reiki. You learn how to do Reiki on yourself, and you learn how to do Reiki on your family. So, again, it's not about going out there that you have to like open up a business and that kind of thing, but you certainly can. But it's also about like just being able to share that experience with people. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about my story, and um, I will have more level 1 trainings coming up. And if you're, Reiki curious, I think it's a great time or a great way, I should say, to learn a little bit more. Find out if it's for you or not. It's might not be for everybody, and that's okay. The other thing, that I feel is really special about Reiki is that it does create a form of like, um, of practice that you can do to yourself. So it's a form of self-care. Um, and it also like kind of opens up the doors for other opportunities. So after taking my trainings, your interest in, energy healing and just different type of modalities starts to open up. And so it's kind of like that key piece into, a whole world of holistic wellness. And that's what it was for me. And, other people that I've spoken to, it's been very similar. And you end up sort of like obtaining or wanting to obtain like different either certifications or taking different courses just to learn. And then you sort of integrate all of those tools that you've learned into a session, especially if you are, have a business. So my sessions they of course do include Reiki. I do them in person or, online. But they're actually a lot more than just Reiki. So the other tools that, I've learned over the last like few years on top of, my, um, fitness certifications that I've had, because I've worked in the like health and wellness industry for over 20 years. Um, I actually started out, backstory a little bit, I actually started out, wanting to be a personal trainer. And I was so shy. There's absolutely no way I was ever going to teach a fitness class. No way I was ever going to teach a fitness class. But I was interested in fitness. I like to be healthy and I wanted to share that with other people. So I I was taking my certification for personal trainer. I was actually taking two at the same time to be a personal trainer. And I started at a fitness center, and they really needed someone else to teach classes. And they offered to pay for my training in return that I would teach classes for them. So I did it. I really didn't think I was going to enjoy it, and I told them that. And but I actually did. I actually really enjoyed it, and that has become my main focus, um, in I guess the whole wellness industry. Is I love teaching people. I love sharing with people. I also love to talk. So, that was one thing I realized with personal training, is that there's, you know, uh, I find it kind of funny, but like paying attention to how many repetitions somebody was doing, I tended to be talking the whole time versus counting the reps. I loved creating programs for people because I am a creative person at heart. Um, and so yeah, so that's where it all sort of began for me. And by adding on all of those tools from, my all my experiences with teaching in the health and wellness industry and different conferences that I've gone to and different trainings through there, and then now on adding on more of the holistic approaches, kind of creates this I don't know, I guess you could say this little package for a session. And so I've almost completed my holistic wellness coaching certification, which goes hand in hand with everything else. I really took it because um, when I'm having a Reiki session or when I'm practicing a Reiki session on somebody, that client often is sharing something that they're going through. So, they're not coming to Reiki because they feel 100% happy with everything or super happy and healthy. It's there's something that they're going through. So, and they usually share that with me. So I took the coaching certification to just to have a better understanding on how to communicate support to my clients. And so it's kind of evolved again that there's more tools that I'm incorporating into my sessions. We go through every session is different. So we could go through an emotional release meditation. Sometimes I pull like an oracle card for my client. Um, and oftentimes it's really about, the Reiki session, so the energy healing, as well as just really on my part, really trying to ask some really good questions to help you get to that place of unraveling the challenge that you're going through. So that, like I said, every session is different and every person is different. So um, there's no one set way, to explain a session without the best way, I guess, would be to experience one. So if you guys were interested in experiencing one, I encourage you to reach out. And it doesn't even have to be me, it could be anybody else. There's more and more people that are practicing Reiki now, which I think is amazing. I really want it to become something that, it's everybody knows about, everybody's familiar with, everybody um, knows somebody that goes to like a Reiki practitioner um, on the regular. Uh, because I I personally feel like one session is great. You end up feeling like $1,000,000 when you're done. But more than one session is also better because then it helps sort of move that wheel of healing, continuously versus just a one and done sort of session. And then it also helps me to be able to connect with that client in getting to know them personally and checking in to see how they're doing and seeing the evolution of what their challenge was to its ending point is the ultimate result, of course. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes just to um, share my perspective on it. And I invite you to reach out if you have any questions at any time. I'm always available. I will respond. Um, I think that's everything that I wanted to share. I actually didn't have a plan in place. I just had this thought and I said, I'm going to record some information on Reiki. And I guess that's it. So I want to thank you for listening and reach out if you have any questions. I'll also include my booking link down at the bottom. So anyways, otherwise, I hope you have a great day and thank you.